This is Old Man PHP. I create PHP video tutorials for the old guys and for the young guys who want to learn a new skill and compete with the young developers. Now this is video 38C. I'm going to continue from the last video, 38B, because when I created I want to add something here. The when I added this part right here, I wanted to do something with this. So I'm just sitting there. See what happens is when it runs this way, it's gonna compare this to the password situation. If the form came from this, then it's fine. If it came from some kind of somebody coming in differently from the outside, then it would fail. That's why it was important. Now, but it's ways you could do to encrypt it even more. But this hash password is fantastic. It will encrypt your password. We're going to learn more about this a little bit more in another video, but let's continue with this. I want to go right here because we got that database situation here, and I know that I wanted to ask you, we have a hidden file. Where is it? Did I see? Where is it, guys? Where is it? Wait a minute, I thought we had a hidden one. Yeah, I guess not. It must have been dreaming. Anyway, we got something here, and what we want to do is we want to add a, another input file, and I like to put it right here. I mean, it could be here. You can even put it in here. You can put it there. But we're going to put it. Yeah, let's go. You know something? You're not even going to see it, to tell you the truth. So it could pretty much go anywhere. So if I kind of, okay, let's put it over here. What the heck? We'll just do this because it's going to be hands and nobody's going to see this. So we're going to say type, and remember how we did this from the last time? We say hidden, like that. That's the type, so it'll know. Then you're going to give it a name, right? Name equals, and we're going to give it the name of get nonce. What was the name of it? That's a nonce one because we're going to use that. And there we go. We're going to say get nonce form. That's good enough. Then, of course, we're going to create a class. Equal signs. We're going to say form control. Right? And then we're going to say ID because we're going to need that. And we're going to say get nonce form. Then we're going to do a value because we want something in there. Even though it's hidden from us, we want something in there. So we're going to say value, and we're going to sorry guys, can you just wait up 1 second? Completely forgot to put this thing on mute because I don't want to get interrupted. Alright, there you go. Sorry about that. I was going to shut it off and go right back into it, but that's okay. Just bear with me. It happens, right? But next time I'll do better by hiding it more. PHP, we're going to say PHP, and we're going to say echo it because I want to echo that information. We're going to say nonce dot form, not dot form, and we're going to run that. See, remember I told you could put PHP anywhere and then run the function. Oop, this is not spelled right. There it goes. Let me see. Did I spell that right, guys? Let's see if you guys catch it. Boo boo. This is value equals to this. Okay, this is open. you want to echo this. That means you're going to run this form right here, nouns form, and this information that you got from here, you're going to get it, and it's going to come here, and it's going to be right inside here. So if I wanted to show you what it looked like, so let's do this. We'll do let's continue this first. We do this, and boom. Okay, there. Now if let me save it, and then let's go look at it. Don't mind this, 'cause it's gonna be taken care of. All right, now we can open it up. We can say view. We could go developer. Then we go say resources, and see. You can see your source stuff, right? And then if you kind of go down here, where are we? Here it goes, hidden. Now see all this, that craziness? How you get there? See? Well, this is hidden. You don't see it, right? Now you put in this information that you got from, well, you can't see it either because it's PHP. You can't see PHP. And then you can see that this is the actual, this is the results of this function that you ran, which is this guy right here. I ran this. This was my token. I took that token, right, and I hashed it, giving me that crazy thing, that encryption. Put it in here, and then I'm returning it. So when you're returning it, it's gonna go right in here, which what you just saw, and that's a good way to have it. So if you go like this, you keep going. Let's do this. Now I'm gonna add a div for the errors, but I think I did that already. That was one of them. Yeah, I did that already. That is very cool, man. See, now we can continue with that stuff because now we need to add different things, right? So in the global, we can add. Well, we can come over here and do this. Yeah, let me see. I like to kind of have it. I like to add some few things over here because this will help out. I mean, if we're comparing the key nouns, this is just for errors to tell you the truth. I mean, we can kind of put it. Let me see. We can kind of put it there. Or we can just keep it right up there. Let's see, we got the, where is the stuff? It's sitting right here. We could kind of, you know something? We don't even have to. Let's keep that blank, and why don't we just put it up here? See, because you have this there. You got your tokens, and you got your put. I will make it the first time. You know what bothers me the most? Sometimes I get lost, but what I'm trying to do here. Let's put it over here. You got your stuff right here, so let's just hide it right here. Let's do global. I might move it. I mean, it depends on what we're gonna do, how we're gonna do this. So we're gonna say HTML, right? And we're gonna do this. Then we're gonna say global. Let's do this view the HTML. Then let's say global $hold JSON. Then we could say global. Depends on how, you know, if it's, you get some errors because of this and you might have to move it, then you do it. We'll both do it. We're working together. So now, let's say global again. Report and then we can use the if statement to function like to check whether a variable is set. If it is declared, it will declare no if it's not. But we're going to be doing that in a few seconds. I also want to talk about, matter of fact, let's save it and let's run this. Let's see if we can get rid of that errors. Alright, this one is missing for some reason because I misspelled this, didn't I? I called it, what did I call it? HTML. Isn't that kind of crazy? I thought I called it rec. I'm going to put another one there too, you know what I'm saying? We'll keep that one. And let's put another one in there. We're going to call that HTML. Like this. So we go like this to save it. It saves it. See? Now it knows. It recognizes it. So I want to talk about this function called, I'm going to write it here, okay guys? It's called array underscore key underscore exists, like that, you know, something like this, you know what I mean? And that's what they do, is they're going to check to see if that key is inside, because remember, when you create arrays and stuff, it goes into a table, right? And into a variable, it's like a table. So you got keys and values, and this will give you all the stuff. You'll see what I'm talking about. So and the statement actually checks the array for, you know, like a key and value, and if there's nothing there, of course it'll become false, right? Because it doesn't exist. So when you pass data, form data goes into the array and then associated array, then that's how you can check them. So if you kind of went here and said if, let's put a space there, array key exists, and then of course we're going to say, remember then that form thing, get mounts form, remember that one? And that will go like this, and then of course you want to check against your post, right? And then we're going to say, should we do, how many do we have here? We got one for this one. Let's make this space. This one belongs to this one. You see how that little line there? Now we can add this stuff. And then within here, now this here, this name here, we're getting it from right here. See the hidden value? It's going to read this, because now when you do the form, where is it? Where's the format? Oh, see this form? It's going to call this guy right back up. So it's going to call him right up. So then let's get back up there. And so what I want to do is I want to, now that we have that, because you know we will filter by like sanitizing the input form data, so it checks if it is a string, right? So I'm using like this variable to check against a variable that I'm creating holding a password. So we'll do that by just saying if $get nouns form. By the way, this one here, it's not the same as this, even though the name is similar, because this is a variable. And I'm going to filter it out, right? And this is how you this is how you filter form stuff. So you say for filter underscore input, because this is input stuff, right? And then you're going to say I want to input, because this is coming from the input post. That's what that is called, right? And then we're going to say then we're going to add the name of the actual form, and what we called it, get nouns form. And then of course you're going to say that, and then we're going to filter that. They said that this is deprecated, but I still use it because I'm still using This is my older PHP version. But on version 8, you don't need to do that. So if you say filter underscore sanitize and string, because it is a string, right? Did I spell that right? Excuse me. Semi. And what I want to do is I want to do for the other ones too. So we'll say let's do test get form data, and I want to test out that stupid crazy numbers. Remember that one? Let me see. This right here. So I want to take this token and I'm going to make a string out of it. So we're just going to add it right in there. That looks good, right? So then what I want to do is I want to use that password verification function. That one is verifies a password that you provide, right, from the form, with the password that's coming from here. You're going to compare this from what's coming from the form. So this came from the form. We're going to check it out. So the way to do that is we say, let's see, I want to call it hash, because that's what happens, right? You're hashing it. I'm going to call it hashed check. I mean, pick check check password. Get it? Hash check password. Password underscore, and then you're going to say verify, right? Because you're not going to get. See, this is a what? Wait a minute. When it runs the nonce, where are we? See this right here? The hash. What happens is it's one way. So another one, when it creates that encryption, it puts it in here. That's it. You can't reverse it to see what was this, because this is what you're applying this to it. But when you do this, it's a one-way street. You can't go. Is there a hash underscore hash unhash? The password underscore unhash? No, it's no such thing. So what happens is one way. It gives it to you in encryption. So now when you're going to go check, you're going to check it using the password underscore verify, and you're only going to get like 1 or 0, meaning that, or true or false. If it is that it is equal to it, then that's true. I know, man, it's disappointing, because one time I was trying to figure out how to get it all back, and until I learned, and you don't get it. I'm gonna talk about this a little bit more in details later. Data, because I want to talk about some other ones like MD5, those guys. Then we're gonna compare that get nouns form, and that will be this. Let's see. So now what we're doing is we're taking this here, this thing here, and I want you to compare what's coming from here, from the, how is it? From the form here. So this reads it, right? Because I used reading itself, which is this, and did the hash already. Goes like this. Does it exist? Yes, it does, because that's the name we gave it. If it didn't, then we will have to kind of put it else and then do something else. But right now we're getting this information from the input field of a form. We're filtering it out. Then we created that same thing, right? Because we know for a fact, because you kind of did it over here. So that's why I know. Then you're going to compare this with this. Yes, you're going to compare this with the stuff you see here. Remember I showed you with all these crazy 20 encryption characters? It's going to compare it if it says yes or no, and then that's it. If it's yes, that's cool. So if it's no, then you do something else. So you go like this, right? You're going to say let's copy this. I'm going to say if hash, right, equals 2, I mean, we're going to do the normal standard and just say false. If it's a false situation, let's say, let's move this down, because this one belongs to this one, so we're going to have to create 2 more, right? That's it. Then we're going to say echo. If it's not, we're going to echo it. I'm going to say script. This is JavaScript, by the way. I'm going to say alert. Then we're going to go, you have a problem with encryption. Encrypt. 1, 2, 3, and then we're gonna say, see that? We're gonna say close script. That means you're done with JavaScript. And then we're gonna put, wait a minute, this is a weird color because we're using this to you know, I can just change this to a single quote. Okay, see, let me see. This goes with this. This one goes with this one. Alert, you have a problem with the encryption. That should work. And then, of course, let's don't forget this, because this is an echo. Then you're going to echo, I guess, something else. We're going to say, let's do another one. Let's do a script. And then we're going to say window. You know how you get that little box? Gives you that message. You can either get it like this, or you can get this little small little box. This is how it's written. So you say dot location, and then you say equals to, because I want to check. What's the name of this? Crew script, right? That's the name of it. .php. Wait a minute, something is not looking good here. What is the name of it? Crew script. Crew script. Is that the crew script? Okay. Okay, so that should do it if there's a problem. But there won't be a problem because it's going to run. See, if there's a problem, you do this, do that, or you could say, and I use the header function that we talked about in the several last video. It will redirect you to the file form with errors. So I prefer this. So I don't. This will skip this. This is just in case it happens. You know, you get that message. You just hit OK, and it just keeps going to the next header. So I'll say header. Then you say about location, and then we're gonna go to this guy. Right here, yeah. It says crude script. Man, I don't like the way that looks. Let's get it from the form. Yeah, it's the same one. It just seems weird. All right. So what I want to do is I also want to give it a query string. So you go like this, right? And then you're gonna say error. Remember that thing that we were doing equals 5. Remember that? Equals 5. Then of course you got your semicolon. Remember what I told you? Even though this would take you out of here, always put this in here. Because if this fails, we don't want it to keep going. We want it to fail. This will catch this in case this fails. So I want to get out. I don't want to keep going straight down. You know what I'm saying? So we do that. Now we're going to do else, right? So we're going to say else, because what happens if it is good, right? So I will create a function that will hold that connection to the database credential. Remember? So we're going to say, I hope this part doesn't get, wait a minute. This doesn't look right. Wait a minute. Let me spell false. Right here. False. How did I forget that? Alright, let me see. So we're going to say function. So the name of the function I'm creating. My connection, right? My connect. We're going to say this. And then we're going to do this, of course. Remember, this is the curly brace. It goes with that. Now, this curly brace here belongs to this curly brace, right? Well, right now, it's doing this. But this curly brace kind of belongs to this guy. This one belongs to this. I just want to bring this one down a little bit, right? So I'm going to make the database global variable. Remember that? I'm going to say dollar DB. Maybe we'll make it global. Let's make it the global. We'll say this is another way of making things global, saying global, and then we'll say $DB like that. Oops. Right, and then I could define. Remember how we used to do the defining of because, like, I could do this. Let me see. Define. Remember, I think I showed you that in some place where it does the constants. So we say db underscore user, then you go like this, and then you put, what is it, their username, right, which is root, because remember we're talking about local hosts. And I'm not worried about it because you guys ain't gonna get to it. It's local. So you go define again, and then I go this way. I'm gonna say another constant call db underscore password like that, and of course this one doesn't have any, so I kind of went like this, just like that, right? And then you're going to do the DSN. So you're going to say the $DSN, and it's going to be equal to, let's say MySQL, because that's what we're using, right? And we'll use the host is called host name, local host. Did I spell that right? Wait a minute. Everything has to be small. Doesn't MySQL. Wait a minute. What the hell, man? MySQL. Let's do it again. And that would be the host, and the host is equal to local host. Remember, it's case sensitive in PHP. So if you use caps on one thing, you gotta make sure it's caps on the rest of the script. Do I need to put? Yes, I do. I need to put a semicolon right in there because it doesn't look right. Yeah, I think that's it. DB. Let me say DB name. We're gonna call it, because that's my database, right? Local log. What's that log? Let me see. I had it over here. See? This is my local stuff. There it goes. Log user. That's cool. So we're going to say log user, and then of course you'll say my colon. Now, if I did more stuff and ran this, because it's going to call like for instance this, it's going to call it so, it's going to say, wait a minute, you can't do this. This has already been done. So once you do a constant one time, that's it. You can even destroy it. You just have to kind of like not use it or just white it out, sort of. It kind of sits there, but you can get rid of it. But you can't do the unset or the link. Link is for more like a link for the, for files like deleting. But unset, you couldn't use the unset just like you do. If I can say unset for this guy, it'll do it, it'll get rid of it. But it can't do it with the constant. So what I did was, well, I'm going to do this, how we fight this. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. I like to do 3, 4 regular commands. And when you do, let's say, some kind of error, some kind of your own little crap, like something you want to say to yourself and nobody can see it, then you can use it like this, double, okay? I just like using double and an extra one because it tells, when I see that, I know this is a command. So, alright, so let's go like this. This is my preference. You can do whatever you want, but I kind of like doing that. So what I did was I said global, right? Because I'm creating a global variable. Let's see, I think that's how it's done. Then you're gonna say this, and this is this. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll copy this, and I'm gonna put it right in there. So I'm gonna say this right here. Matter of fact, I'm cutting this. Did I say user? Yeah, I think I did. Let's put it in there. Then I'm going to cut this guy, and I'm going to put that guy in there, like this. And then of course, for this one has the root, there's no space. You don't even have to have space, you can have everything together. I just do that's like a, get in the habit of, so people can see. Alright, so we did this, we did that, so go like this. That should do it. Okay, db password, db. See, this one when it calls itself and it goes back down. What is this? It goes back down again, right? It will go. Okay, that's cool because this can be done over and over because you're copying over on top of it, but not here. Constants, you can't do it, even if you use this word. Constants like that, okay? Once it's done once, that's it. Alright, so we do that. Now I want to try too. Remember that we were able to try this thing? So what I would like to do, I think I showed you this before. I want to try this. I want to try this connection. And if there's an error, then I want to catch it. So the way to do it is, let me see. You could do. I wanted to show you real quick. Let's see here. DB. Because now we're going new. Remember now, this thing called a POD. Remember that one? It's an object, right? And now remember those are like blueprints. And now when you say new, you're making this an object. Because objects can use methods, which is other functions. And within the object, a function is called a method. So you go like this. Now you want to try this stuff, right? The connection. I want to show you something. So if you say sn, comma, you can say db underscore user db underscore password. See, you could do that, but we're not doing this because we can't use this. Alright, so just wanted to show you. So what we do is we cut this, push it down a little bit. Now we can't use this, right? Because this is a constant. So let's just get this out the way. 1, 2, 3. I just want to show you. You're going to be using this. That's how you call it back. You know how you call this back? Just saying $DSN. You know, we should make this caps. See, it won't work because it's going to say, oh, look, small. Remember? Case sensitive. DSN, good. Now we're going to use this like that. And then we're going to use this. I know it's weird, but it's the way it is. Like this. See? If it's going to do this, it's going to do that. What else do we need? That's it. Now we're going to do the catch. Let's take some of the space out, man. Let's move this up a little bit just to get it up. You know what I mean? We're going to do this. Global, blah, blah, blah. Now we're going to catch in case there is an error. Let's move this down. And we're going to say catch. So we're going to say catch, right? And we're going to check the PDO exception, meaning that if there's an error, please catch it. This is how it's done. And you're going to put it inside this, and this will create an object for you, right? So then you go like this, 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 and I guess I can move this a little bit, I can leave it there, who cares? So now we're going to say the error underscore, this is a variable that you're creating, and you're going to assign this E, which is an object, $E, but you're going to assign a function called a method, get message, like this. See, if there's a problem, this will catch it, then you call this and it'll give it a message. You can write your message differently too, it's up to you. You can include it you can include this in another place, like you cannot do this. I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, okay? You can say include like that and just put in here the name of the file that you want to use. You can say db underscore error.php like that. This information could be in here, so you're calling it, but I'm going to write it down right here, really, basically, because this is doing it. You can do this, and this stuff should be in here. Okay, so now we're going to exit out of this because we don't want to keep going if there's a problem, right? Now, it's a lot of, how many do we have? Oh shit, we got a bunch of them. So this belongs to, oh man, how many do we have? So we say, okay, whew, this belongs to that. This belongs to this. I'm going to say this. I'm going to show you how I do things. So if you went here, let's say we went here, right? It's going to do it here. Usually I'll put it right here, but you got an else. You go down here, and then you're going to say // n, and then this. Get it? This way you can keep track. Where's this thing at? Right here. Okay. So in this particular case, it's a function, so you don't have to really worry about it. But if you want to, you just go like this. See? You go like this, you say n, stick it right in there. And then you got this one, right? Which happens to be this try. So you can kind of say try. We should do that one. Actually, let's do the catch. That's part of catch. This is part of catch. So you select this slash slash and then this. See? Then let me see. I could have put it over here too. I could just move. I could just move this down here like this, and just put try. It's up to you, man. Like this. Stick it right in there. It's up to you. And then you could say that's the function. Is everything covered now? Now this guy belongs to somewhere. Belongs to him. So we go like this. This guy belongs to, there's something going on here. This goes to that, this one goes to the hash, this goes to that, this goes to the function, right? Let's put this up a bit. And then this one, oops, what did I do? This is great. Let me see. Let's go like this. Put it right here. Maybe it should be on that first one, right? We need to move this one here. This is the problem, man. That's why it's not good to go don't go more than 3 deep. Always break it down to separate stuff. So this one belongs to this guy. So how about we just do this? You don't have to, but you know, for the brain thing, you know, you don't have any more, right? So basically, you got this, you got this, you got that. This one somehow got snuck in. It just got snucked. That's all. This one will go to here. This one here, and then this one here, and this one is the connection. All right, that should do it. It's crazy though. Where's the end if? Oh, yeah, here it goes. This is the end if, right? And let's see. It'll probably give me an error, like always. Nope, it did not. We're not getting nothing done, but it is ready. It's ready to go. It created the stuff. So, you know, we enjoy it. We just reached the end. We're going to continue on to part 4, right? 38D on our next video. So if you enjoyed this video and you learned something about functions, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. This helps grow my channel. Until next time, a good night.